Welcome to my channel, Personality and Attitude. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, my friends. Marilyn Morlow. Death. On August 5, 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her bed in her home in Los Angeles. This incident was considered largely mysterious, as opinions differed about the real reason behind her death. Some suggested that she committed suicide by taking an overdose of sleeping pills to get rid of the pain, life's troubles and difficulties, while others confirm that she was killed when she was not more than 36 years old. Marlin Monroe was killed by the president's family to hide the heated affair. In a new book, an American writer revealed a terrifying surprise when he revealed the secrets of the mystery that occupied the world for 52 years regarding the death of the famous American artist Marilyn Monroe. He said that she was the victim of a murder, and her death was not natural, but more importantly, her assassination was ordered by Senator Robert Kennedy, brother of President John Kennedy. According to the book, Senator Robert Kennedy, known as Bobby, ordered the assassination of the American artist Marilyn Monroe via lethal injection, for fear that the hot relations she had established with the Kennedy family, including him, that is, Bobby, and his brother John, would be revealed. Marilyn Monroe died on August 4, 1962. Which means that her assassination took place at a time when John Kennedy was also President of the United States. As Kennedy assumed the presidency of the United States during the period from January 1961 until his assassination in November 1963, and he was the 35th President of the United States. American. The book revealed that Bobby Kennedy, who issued the order to kill, also helped the perpetrators commit the crime. The perpetrators were the artist Peter Lawford and Marilyn's psychiatrist, Ralph Greenson, who administered a lethal injection to her that led to her immediate death. These terrifying details came in a book by the American writer J. Margulies that has not yet been published, and the British newspaper, Daily Mail, was the only one to publish the highlights of it, as he conducted a lengthy investigation in order to obtain this information. He is also known as the Monroe expert, and 30 books. Some of his books have been chosen as New York Times bestsellers. The book is titled, The Murder of Marilyn Monroe, The Closed Case, and it includes eyewitness testimonies and interviews conducted by the author of the book in order to reach the information he concluded, which is that Monroe was the victim of a planned murder. The book says that Marilyn Monroe had secret relationships with both Jack and Bobby, John Kennedy and Robert Kennedy, and that she was fond of them. She also wrote about her love meetings with them in a small red book, which also included many secrets related to the Kennedy family. As Peter Lawford revealed, Bobby Kennedy was determined to silence her, regardless of the consequences. James C., who was accompanying the ambulance that transported Monroe on the day of her death, says that when he arrived at her home, he saw her psychiatrist, Dr. Greenson, inject her directly into the heart with undiluted pentobarbital, which led to her immediate death. Bobby Kennedy had recommended to Dr. Greenson, saying, "Take care of Marilyn." The book says that Bobby entered into chaotic sexual relations with Marilyn Monroe during the summer of 1962. When President John Kennedy sent him to Los Angeles in order to persuade the American screen star and the most famous face at the time to stop contacting the president at the White House. But Bobby fell into the net of the star Marilyn Monroe and slipped to her bedroom to have secret relations with her. Peter Lawford added, Bobby did not intend to have a relationship with Monroe. But one evening they became lovers and spent the night together in the bedroom. It is noteworthy that this is the first time that it has been talked about with such clarity and detail that Marilyn Monroe died as a result of a planned murder. And it is also the first time that it has been talked about the Kennedy family's involvement in the murder of Monroe in order to hide the secret relationships they had established with the artist Marlin Monroe. She is an American artist. Her original name is Norma Jean Motenson, but she later changed it to Norma Jean Baker, which is her mother's name because she did not know her father. She was born on June 1, 1926 AD, and she is from the city of Los Angeles in the state of California. Marilyn's childhood was miserable and sad, as she grew up in an orphanage since she was 9 years old, after her mother refused to raise and care for her, and she was adopted by several families. Marilyn was exposed to many sexual harassments, which greatly affected her, as she suffered from several psychological illnesses and nervous. The life of Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn married a neighbor of hers who works in the field of photography, named James Doherty, in 1942 AD, but she separated from him 4 years after her marriage to him. Then she married baseball player Judy Maggio in 1954 AD, but she separated from him only 9 months after her marriage. She divorced him because he was very violent with her. And she married for the third time to the well-known playwright Arthur Miller in 1956 AD, and she continued with him for 5 years. Marilyn loved literature, and she enrolled in acting classes at the University of Los Angeles. She also received acting lessons in one of the specialized institutes in New York. The most prominent works of art. Among the most prominent artistic works that she presented during her artistic career in films were the following: How to Marry a Millionaire, Men Prefer Blondes, A River of No Return, Bus Stop, Dangerous Years, The Prince and the Showgirl, Diamonds Are a Girl's Loyal Friend.